Chris, this is Miller Plays, and as you can see, the background's changed. I'm actually in the process of moving, so there could be a bit of a gap between videos. We'll see, hopefully not. Hopefully I've recorded enough in the future to actually have everything in place. But today, we are doing the Sutton United Challenge. We have completed the season, so it's now all the news, all the highlights for the summer rebuild. But let's get straight into the news then. Stadium capacity change plans announced. The board have announced plans to modify the stadium capacity with an addition of 1,235 seats, including some installed in parts of standing areas. As a consequence of this conversion, the overall capacity of the stadium will be reduced. That's going to cost us 160,000 to put some seats in, and going to take 3 months to complete. So that is the news there. If we actually have a look at club information and facilities, we currently have 4,777 with 704 seated. It's going to go up to 4,729. It's currently reduced by 272, and there should be another 1,235 seats. So that's about 1,939. So I'm guessing, and there's some rules in the league too. If we scroll right down, minimum stadium seating capacity is 2,000. Minimum stadium capacity is 5,000. Interesting. So we're going to fall short on both of those, and we're still allowed in. But there we have it. Right, while we're at it, there's some news. We've finished the season with just the 2 defeats, plus 67 goal difference, 106 points. The end of the season, we just petered out. I wasn't too worried about what was going on. We lost to Gateshead quite early after that York. After we demolished York, it was just run through to the end of the season. Don't really care. Swapped the team about a fair amount. Like Finn Tonks was given a lot of game time just to try and get some experience in for him. He finished the season with 26 games, 17 of which was starts in the league anyway. Josh Andrews, well, in retrospect, we're looking here. Josh Andrews did finish top just about with 28 goals. Coley didn't really play in the last few weeks, so he finished with 22 assists. Brad Foster finished with 17 clean sheets, so all the gaps started to shorten. And as we can see, Oldham, Hartlepool, Gateshead, Barnet, Southend and York are the ones in the playoffs. So I'm not at all worried by any of those. And our club facilities no longer rank where they once did. In actual fact, let's have a look at the finances. We've got 386,000 there. Our budget 110. I did dump some of that into the scouting budget just so I could get some players scouted. In which case, it might make sense to drop that. Oh, can't drop it back. I'm done there. So there we go. Right, that's it. We'll come back for the season review after the playoffs. Here we go then, end of season review. We, of course, won the National League. There's the trophy and our new arrivals. Who's it going to be? It could only be one man. Josh Andrews is 33 goals, 28 in the league, 5 in the FA Cup. A career best for him by a long way. He only had 10 goals in his career before then. 38 now. He's almost a goal every other game striker. Other good signings. Ashton Missing. This one wasn't bad, was it? An A+ from the board, which was Jack Wells. Morrison cost us next to nothing. Jamie Grimes. I thought he was one of the key players. He certainly helped start the season. His experience helped us. Tom Davies, another superstar signing. On loan, next to nothing. Was it nothing? Then we can see the likes of Todd Miller. Really good buy for 20 grand. This one not so good. We'll pass over it quickly. Sam Pearson signed mid-season. Then late on, Marvin Johnson. Probably regretting it a little bit now. He started really well, but I'm just thinking maybe not now. Then we have Pharrell Johnson. the transfer fee and the player's wage. Yeah, okay. And then, last but not least, he says, as I jumped several, Ethan Wheatley came in from Man United, got injured, so didn't play as many games as he could have done. Ben Williamson came in from Rangers, nice A- there. Yanks only got C. Donald, because we didn't pay much. Tonks, because we didn't pay much, and we've actually bought him now, so next season he'll be a new arrival yet again. And then the late pickup of the striker, Manny Norquette and Will Brook. So we're to reach the Vanarama National Playoffs. We did a little bit better than that, and as we can see, Sutton got promoted with us. We were 78% full on the attendance, which is always good, and the top goal scorer was Josh Andrews. Blah, 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 blah. Biggest win, you saw that, 6-0 at home against York to win the title. So sponsorship was down slightly, broadcast revenue was down a little bit more, but corporates is up, competition prize money was up, and match day commercial retail was up. This is how we lined up. Then Foster, Davies, Muller, Grimes, French, probably can't argue with that. Wells, Morrison and Williamson, that were our best two. O'Reilly, Coley, Miller and Andrews. The team picked this out ready for most of the season. Competition awards, none. And there we have fans player Coley, young player Andrews, signing of the season Andrews, goal of the season Williamson, top goal scorer was Andrews. So most goals by a player in a season is now Andrews, and league goals. Jamie Grimes with his hat-trick was the first player to get a hat-trick for us, and Coley got 26 assists. There we have it. All good stuff. We won the league. 20 points in the end. Thank you very much. And good night. Well, the first wave of transfers are here, and we already have a B. Look at that. The fans love us with Aiden Harris. But first up is Victor Musa. He's a striker. He's got decent pace, not bad finishing, bags of potential, comes from Man United, and he's Spanish. But he's out of it there. He is trained in England and can be trained at club. Not that it particularly matters at this time, and I don't think he'll be good enough to play in the Prem. Right, next up is Aiden Harris, the goalkeeper that fans loved, signed from Newcastle. He is 6'2" and hopefully a fast developer. Then we have Amika Peters. He's a left winger. He's quite quick. He's got some crossing and dribbling. He's 18 years old. He's come from Brentford via Fulham. From Fulham via Brentford, I should say. And a B- for him. Then we have Ashton McWilliams. He's a right back, if I remember rightly. Yeah, a right back. Bags of pace, bags of acceleration, decent crossing. So he probably is better than Tonks, who I signed. Next up is Tyler Fletcher. Yeah, one of Darren's twin sons. Jack Fletcher. Where's Jack? He is still at Man United. Contract details. They're keeping him. Right, so add to shortlist indefinitely. We'll try and pair up the Fletchers. So another youngster. He is trained at Man City. He did come from Man United, didn't he? Man United spent $625,000 on him, and summer later said, bye-bye. You weren't the Fletcher we were after. We just needed you. But he's got bags of potential, so fingers crossed he's going to fulfill that. Next up is Riley Towler. He is an experienced centre-back, 6'2". We signed him from Portsmouth. He'd spent second half of the season in League Two on loan. And where are Portsmouth? Are they? They're in League One. Or are they? No, they're not. We will be playing them. So we've taken Riley Towler. He's one of our more experienced and first team ready players we've signed so far. Then we have Romeo Kachuwu. So again, bags of potential. Signed him from Waterford via somebody down the road from Portsmouth. He's a right winger who also can play as a defensive midfielder, central midfielder, attacking midfielder, or even a striker. So he just needs to decide where he wants to play. And then last but not least is Anthony Munday. He is a midfielder, central midfielder, or a defensive midfielder. He's come in from Newcastle. And another one with bags of potential. So we've brought in a number of players, one of which is definitely for the first team. Others are going to be rotation options. We also balanced the book by selling Harry Ransom for 110,000. He wanted to leave, so we effectively got Riley Towler for Harry Ransom, really. We obviously have to pay more money each week for Towler because he's a better player. But there we go. That's the start of our summer. I'll get these players welcomed, and we'll probably fast forward on until the 1st of July unless something else happens. Right, it's 9 a.m. on the 1st, and Fintonks has signed on the dotted line. We have a B for him, so not too bad. Yeah, I think I've stretched. I liked him last year. Should have just left it. And there we have it. We currently have 4,000 in wage budget. That's effectively 2 players. It's not looking too good. Although that does look quite nice. Next season's minimum guaranteed budget will be 374,000. So next year we'll have quite the kitty. So it's going to be a case of see what we can do, probably bring in some loans, and hopefully we don't overstretch too much. Right, I will get some players in on trial and we'll go from there. Well, we are 2 weeks away from the start of the season. We still have a transfer budget of 21,000. Our committed spending is currently at 34.5. We have got an offer in for a couple of players, so that might jump up. So we do need to offload a player or two, so it might be some youngsters go out on loan. We'll just try and balance the book somehow. So the actual business we have done then is Cooper Mitchell has left on a free, Sam Pearson left for 105,000, Vaz has gone out on loan and is going to bring in 2.6, and Ben Williamson, who said he is going to explore his options at the end of his contract. He was on £3,000 a week. We let him go to Queen's Park, 80,000. So there we have it. Fintonks came in, as we know, and then we've signed 3 players so far on free transfers. They are an attacking midfielder, Charlie Whittaker. He's 21 years old. He is formerly of Everton. He's played 38 games at this level for Tranmere, so quite a decent signing that. I'm very happy with this guy. Zach Sturge, he's a left back. He's also 21 years old. He is from Brighton via Chelsea. Look, it's a shock, eh? So he's certainly very decent. And our most recent signing is this guy, Jubril Okinda. He's a 6-foot centre-back. We have picked him up from Cambridge. That's basically via Tottenham via Cambridge. And he has played a lot of football, so 154 games, and 140 of those are actually in League One. So quite a prominent player. So we're quite happy to have him. All in all, it's not too bad so far. There's 1 or 2 places we want to pick up, and if we have a look at the season preview, we are up to 13 at 20-1 outsiders. Our best player at the moment is a long way down this list. There we go, Josh Andrews. And the other one is Charlie Whittaker. So that's our best 2. As we can see, relegated Portsmouth are top of the pops for promotion according to the bookies. And the media themselves think we're going to finish 18th. So they think we're going to be safe. That's all good stuff. Fingers crossed I can get 2 or 3 more players in. And then probably towards the end of the transfer window, we'll probably try and bring in a loan or 3 and go from there. So the rules themselves state, wherever they are, that's there. That's all the bands. That's the windows. A minimum of 8 players trained. Yeah, local club. So, under 24 players must be offered similar terms. Okay, maximum of 4 players allowed on long-term loans from the same club in a season. Maximum of 2 players over the age of 23 from the same club on long-term loan. Doesn't say anything about the number of loans we can have. So there we have it. We will certainly be investigating into that. And yeah, what's the news on our ground? Completed on the 4th of August, and we are home on the 2nd. Marvellous. That should be complete for the crew game. You would have thought they would have spoken to the FA and got us an away game first up. Hey ho, not to be. We'll probably have one more update, see, and we'll go from there. So I think we've pretty much completed our signings for the time being. Daniel Cameron has gone out on loan to Oxford City, so that's reduced the wage bill by about 300 quid a week. And with Ben Williamson's £3,000 off the wage bill, we were able to bring in a few players. So we brought in Matty Longstaff. He's the former Newcastle player, has spent a bit of time in Aberdeen, Mansfield, Colchester. Last couple of years in League One with Bristol Rovers. He's joined us, which isn't too bad. We then rushed through a couple of loan signings. We got this guy from Cape Town Spurs, not costing us anything, and he's just going to be rotational fodder. And we also signed Callum Hewitt from Bristol City. So this is my director of football. He's saying, these are the guys you want on loan. I didn't have any ability to scout them, so not great. As and when they get recalled, they get recalled. I'm not too worried. And then the last guy in the door is ultra utility man, Sonny Hilton. He's primarily here as a winger, although it's not his greatest attribute. But we'll see how it goes. There's a sort of a slim pickings at that position. Perhaps we should have kept Coley, I don't know. So all in all, that means we are over budget, so we need to drop £1,000, but we do have 152,000 to combat that. So the maximum we can go to is about 40,000. Otherwise we fail FFP from memory. Yeah, 40,000. So what I've done is not given many bonuses, they're just low bonuses, so that is why we can now all of a sudden afford another player. How about that? So we are fairly okay in most positions now. We might need someone. I'm not going to rush into it. We'll start the season, and unless a superstar turns up, like I said, we'll start the season and we'll go from there. Right, that's it for the summer. Oh, here we go. We've got, not letting him out for Nelt, Manny Norkett. He's not a bad player, but he is behind Figueroa and Ginzo. Musa will probably push him up front, and we got Wheatley as well. And Victor Musa is probably just a step ahead of him there. So if he's going out to get game time and is going to give us an extra 275 a week, we'll accept that. And there we have it. Right. He wanted big money. He did. That's fine. We won't worry about that. Right. In which case, that is that. I'll say thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one, where we'll start the season, our first season back in League 2.